7, DNA does not matter. Hey, I want to welcome everybody back. Everybody back. I was about tripped up, Wes.
That's right. We'll pick you up again when you fall.
Hey, if you didn't get a chance to watch our last episode, you're going to want to go over there and watch that ASAP, and then come on back over here because it will make way more sense and why your DNA just doesn't matter. So, with that being said, these podcasts, we run them ad-free. No cost to you, but they do cost us. So we ask that you do one favor. Please share this with a friend, family, social media. We would greatly appreciate it. Now, that being said, let's jump into it and why your DNA doesn't matter.
Backstory. Help us.
Have you ever heard the old saying, show me your friends, I'll show you your future?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, that is true. In a lot of ways, this is probably what this is about more than anything. Who you surround yourself with will damn sure determine where you end up. Everybody ends up somewhere. Very few end up somewhere on purpose.
Right.
With that being said, you know, I always believed, if you've heard it was a couple episodes back when I said I was raised to believe that I didn't think I was allowed to have money.
Right.
And no one put that in my head other than me. But it was because of my surroundings. I only worked up to the level of those around me. Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. One of my mentors, Ed Milet, he says it this way. He said, imagine if everybody had a temperature reading, right? We all do. Yeah. You know, we all run, whatever, 98, whatever it is. But imagine, let's just say that temperature reading in you was reflectant of who you are at home, your personal life, and your business life.
Sure.
And let's just say I walked in a room with you and 5 of your buddies, and you guys are all at 90 degrees. Let's just say 90. And then I walked in, and I was at 70 degrees. If I'm in a room with 4 other people that are 90 degrees, and I walk in, I'm the 5th person, and I'm at 70, I have the greatest risk of getting my temperature raised because I'm in there with a bunch of 90s. Now, let's flip-flop that. Let's say you're at 90 and you walk in a room with me and 5 of my friends and we're all 70s. What are we going to do?
You're about to take 10 apiece from me.
Yeah, we're going to suck the life out of you, man. And that's when it finally hit me. Your DNA doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you came from, who you came from, how you were raised. I love hearing the stories about I came from nothing, and I heard a quote the other day, something like, it was astronomical, like 80% of all millionaires in the last 20 years are from new money, meaning they created it.
Wasn't handed to them.
It wasn't handed to them. The funny story is I also heard in business, when a business gets handed over to the second generation, the rate of failure goes up astronomically. And then even so much more to the third generation.
Wow.
And I do get it. They didn't create it. It wasn't theirs.
Sure.
It maybe not be their calling. But, those are the beliefs that I grew up with and that I had around money. I think everybody knows this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyways. Do you know, you ever see a full-grown elephant with a rope tied around his leg that goes to nothing?
No.
You never seen that?
I haven't.
Well, they do that. Or if they do tie it to something, it's some little,
something small,
little hook in the ground that this elephant could easily rip out of the ground. Easily. But they do that to them when they're babies. And they train them that when this is around your foot, you can't leave this area. And I think that's kind of how we are in life. Have I ever told you the story about the monkeys on the ladder?
I feel like we're at the zoo right now. We're at the elephants and monkeys.
Yeah, but it all makes sense because we're animals too, right?
Yeah, I get it, yeah.
So they take 10 monkeys, they put them in a room. In this room, there's nothing in the room other than a ladder in the middle with bananas at the top. The second a monkey hit that ladder to run up there and grab them bananas, they shot it with water. And they shot every one of them with water. until no monkeys in there would touch that ladder. They take 9 of the monkeys out, leave 1 in there, put 9 brand new monkeys in there. Guess what happened when one of them monkeys touched that ladder? The one monkey that remembered the water treatment started yanking all of the other monkeys off.
Huh.
Every single one of them. They never shot the second round with anything.
Didn't have to.
Nope, didn't have to.
Wow.
And that's how we are as humans. And that's why, I think your DNA doesn't matter.
The monkey was just trying to be a good guy, though.
He's trying to be a good
He's
guy.
just trying to help his buddy out.
But, how often in business or anytime you try to do something, your buddies go, I wouldn't do that.
Well, it's up to you. You have to decide if what somebody's offering you is going to help or hurt.
Yeah.
They can't make that determination.
No,
Only
you're
you
right.
Can.
One more animal story, and then I'll shut up about animal stories. Do you know why the lion is the king of the jungle?
I don't.
It's not the biggest. It's not the fastest. And it's not the meanest. But it's the only one that has the mindset of I am the king of the jungle. That's it. That is it. He has the right mindset. Because he's not the fastest, he's not the meanest, and he's not the biggest. Have you ever read the book, The Like Switch?
The like?
The Like
No.
Switch.
I haven't read that one.
It's a great book. I highly suggest everybody read it. But he kind of alludes to this in the book, and how when you don't have the same DNA. He was a CIA guy that followed spies, Russian spies around. He followed one Russian spy around, never said anything to him. I mean, it's like days, weeks, months, never said anything in him. But they say that the way that you get somebody to trust you is proximity, duration, and frequency. Proximity meaning, just get in the same room with them. I'm sure when you met Amy,
That was the goal.
after you met her, you was like, okay, how do I get around her again?
Sure.
How do I get proximity to her? And then once I gain proximity, I can increase duration. And then once I get duration, I can increase frequency.
That was my plan. I wrote it all on a board.
You nailed it too, man.
Did.
No.
Literally.
I'll shut up there. I'm gonna shut up there because I like Amy. But there's a lot that can be said for that, and I hate to say it, but where you came from doesn't dictate where you can go. And if you think that way, man, you're putting yourself in a massive box.
Yep.
And I hate that. And I think the reason that, if you can tell, I'm a little bit like, my energy's a little bit down right now. I think I'm thinking about how much time I wasted in life living in that box before I understood that I could get out. And once I found that I was hanging out in the wrong rooms, meaning I was in a room full of 70s.
Yeah.
And even to this day, I do that. I always say, when I come into this room, am I giving life or taking life? Meaning, what's the benefit to me?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, there's sometimes I need to be in a room full of 60s because I need to give life. And there's sometimes I need to be in a room full of 90s because I need to, have life given to me. And this is where I'm at now. I use a lot of social media rooms to breathe life into other people and let them breathe life into me. And you don't have to write your DNA to get to the next level. It's just a choice, a commitment. And this is how I talked about in the last episode of raising your standards. This is how you raise your standards. You don't want to be the smartest person in the room because you're going to be in the wrong room. And you dang sure don't want to be the dumbest person in the room because you're probably still in the wrong room. But once you understand the room that you do need to be in, and when you get in there, be willing to listen, be humble. And I think I can't remember who told me this. I think it was somebody that we know, maybe Stefan. I can't remember who it is. But they said if you imagine it like a hallway, and you're walking down that hallway and you enter a room, and you know, you may be in there for 5 minutes or you may be in there for 10 minutes. Take what you need, leave the rest, continue on. Now, I will say this. One of the biggest conflicts that when I started actually doing this, man, it was shocking how many people turned on me. Family, friends. But it was okay because I knew that this is the path I needed to be on. I knew this was a path that I would learn new things, stretch myself, and grow myself. Find new friends, new teammates, contractors, networks, employees. I found them all there. And I tell you, one of the hardest things that I probably ever had to do was cut people out of my life. But it's what needed to be done. It's just the facts of the matter. And I think we all know those people that just continuously take and drain you of energy and wisdom and freedom.
Yeah.
And finances. Yeah. And it's hard to do, but sometimes you got to do the hard shit.
Yeah, and it's not a never, you know, I'm leaving these people, cutting them out because they're never gonna. I mean, it's just about you looking out for you and creating space where those people can, I mean, because they can't help it, you know. They've got limiting beliefs or there's something about them, you know, where they just take.
Yeah,
they got to go on their own journey to figure it out. And as long as you're there to meet that need for them, you're an enabler almost.
And this is a hard topic because when people hear this, it's not one of those, hey, man, let's get fired up and let's go. You know, this is, oh, my gosh. Like, this is a hard one.
You're taking inventory.
And it just is. It is what it is.
Because a lot of times it's people that you like being with. Like, because there's a part of being close to them where it's enabling for you to be in some behavior that's not.
It's easy.
Yeah, it's easy.
It's easy.
It's a callback to something way more comfortable.
Yep. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Hey, man, don't forget, you got homework. Did we give them homework?
We can. What do you want to give them?
You write down that sumbitch's name. No, I'm kidding.
Meet me in the parking lot after school.
I didn't give them homework, did I?
You didn't? No homework?
No, I didn't. Oh, my gosh. My bad. So, you do got homework. I forgot all about it. If you was in a room and you had to be honest with yourself about what temperature you're at, what is it? Write it down, take a picture, tag us on social media, and let's have a conversation. Because you never know. We might find some new friends to get some new rooms. You may get in my room. I may want to come to your room. Well, Wes may want to come to your room.
Sure. We're all going to be in a room. It's a big room.
Hey, I want to thank everybody for watching. As always, we love you, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.